Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Eternal Darkness. In the last episode, Alex began reading about Paul Luther, having discovered the tome fragment which details his adventure behind the magical barrier on the second floor, dispelling it by what she had learned from Edwin Lindsay's page has allowed her to access this. Paul Luther is a Franciscan who has ventured to this cathedral and is beginning to have significant doubts about the loyalties and faith of the other priests he has found herein. Members of the Inquisition currently hold this cathedral, and when Paul discovered a mutilated body in this chamber between some of the pews, he called for the guards, only to discover himself being potentially under suspicion of causing that murder, which we saw he did not do, or at least not to our knowledge. He was imprisoned and was awaiting trial when the curator freed him. He asked him to visit him up in the bell tower to discuss matters more in depth, and upon climbing the stairs to reach it, was brought into the chamber that possesses the Tome of Eternal Darkness. Claiming it and then venturing up to the bell tower, we discuss what was ongoing here in the cathedral. And Paul is now he suspects that the forces herein are working for Ulyath. Indeed, remember that after we've acquired the tome, we have learned everything that we have seen so far in this playthrough, including the spells therein and what forces we are up against. We've learned two new things so far with Paul. In particular, the shield spell that we see currently affecting us, which absorbs damage, and a 5-point spell page. We will be able to cast 5 rune strength spells once we learn the Paragon rune, which we don't have at the moment, I think. We've explored as much as we can down here as well, and have not found a weapon beyond our torch we found earlier, and the crossbow, but we are running a little low on bolts, so we're going to hold on to the rest of them. And I think the only place left open for us to go to is down here, despite Paul's staring upwards. So, let's put a break here, because that does it for the intro. And now, let's explore the rest of the church. Small room, potentially? Let's go this way before we try the door. More crossbow bolts. Good. We're running a little low on them. What is this device? A furnace? No, this must be a gate mechanism of some sort. The bellows mechanism supplies the organ upstairs with air. It requires an expert hand and attention to keep in working order. We've already used the organ upstairs to unlock the tabernacle, which possessed the 5 rune-slotted spell page. Near the organ, a steel mace is mounted on the back wall by means of a display armature. Now this seems rather fitting and thematic for a cleric to be wielding a mace. I like it.
Enter by cell time.
I think, by the way, you guys will have to watch as well for this, that when we were stared at by a bone thief, this shield, I think it might have actually protected us. I didn't think the shields protected you from sanity loss, only physical damage. I guess we'll find out going forward. Right here in particular. Trappers is what that is.
Enter by Admiral Celadon.
I do like that to reload the crossbow, he has to step on the front of it there. I don't hear any others. A wine cask used for maturing wine. The wine inside this one must be very strong, for it seeps through the cask, filling the air with a heady aroma. The same. Knocking on this cask results in a hollow thud. It is empty, but why when all the others are full of maturing wine? Should Paul turn the barrel's spigot? The last time I did something like this inside a sealed room below a cathedral, yeah, that's correct, you can say that, it caused a ritual scroll to appear in Quest for Glory 4. Okay, that is a Chaturga horror. So the first thing we want to do is cast an enchant item. Oh, sorry, not Chaturga. It was Ulias I wanted to cast. Alright, hold on. Enchant item, cast this Uliath. I guess we'll put it on the mace, because it's walking toward us. It's actually, so it's going to stomp on the ground and send another bolt of energy flying our way. Oops, I accidentally moved away. Okay, well I guess it kind of works. Thankfully, it's not going to follow us out here for some reason. Not that I'm not grateful for that. Okay, let's try this again. Remember that the limbs on this one will regrow. But we've destroyed 2 of its heads. Oh, the center one, however, regrew already. We're not doing so well here. It takes too long for me to reload. Oh, this stinks. Okay, well then we'll just have to equip this instead. Missed. Okay, let's get a damage shield up then instead. Then we should be able to reload this in peace. A sapphire. Likely symbolizes Uliath. Hidden in the alcoves of this mausoleum lie the remains of departed monks. Some have turned to dust. Others have grotesquely withered, leaving husks of bone and leathery skin. How many more? We have one bolt left. Oh, not very much. Why don't we use one of our recoveries? Oh, one of our recoveries. Let's cast a recovery. It's 208, so 218. You can do it again. More of the same. More of the same. More of the same. Okay, so none of the bodies in those alcoves can be interacted with. There is a massive granite vault covered with hideous bas-reliefs. Scratch marks running along the floor make it appear that the crypt has been moved many times. A hint that it perhaps can be opened. This pedestal has 3 small indentations adorning its top, arranged in a circular formation. Each socket appears to be waiting for something. Well, we know what goes in here. But we don't have the last one. That must be in one of the other small, behind the door that we did not enter earlier.
Enter by Celoton.
Alright, let's try this room then. I'm immediately suspicious. The desk bears a leather-bound book. Book of Reliquaries. This is the Forgeries of the Reliquaries, dating back to the late 13th century. Exquisitely illuminated and bound with hard leather, it reads, "Doubtless, many obscure orders requiring more income than can be garnered from the tithe resorted to forging ancient relics to bring people from outside their region to their diocese, and thus become more lucrative. While it could not be said that a false hope is still hope, while it could be said that a false hope is still hope, relics such as Cuthbert's jawbone, the hand of Jude, and the infamous thigh-bone flute of Connaught, while being forgeries, deceived the righteous unjustly. Their existence as true relics is utmost heresy. Why we came here has been proven to be false. And perhaps why St. Andrew arrived as well. The personal effects of a priest are scattered across the shelves, rosary beads, a crucifix, and a variety of other small holy items. Paul believes they must have been Brother Andrew's. This Spartan bed shows how the order treats its visitors. There is no sign of the order's own quarters, and this chills Paul to the bone. The only man that doesn't need a bed is a dead one. Well, we found no ruby here. But we did potentially find information that Augustine is not serving the best interests of the faithful by presenting the hand of Jude, which we've learned now is most certainly a fake. So without anything else to go on, let's head upstairs now. And see if the caretaker will now believe we have enough information to prove that Augustine is not to be trusted. I'm not doing as much talking, everyone, because I'm really enjoying the sound of the rain here. You guys probably have heard me say how much I like when rain or weather effects are in games. And if they take place in the swamp, I love it the most, since it reminds me of outside my house. No, we're still missing something else. Okay. Interesting. We don't have a ruby here, so I wonder what else we've missed. I thought we had searched all the rooms as well.
Enter by Celta.
There wasn't a hidden ruby in one of these windows, right? I've seen the flowers on these, but they're not rubies. I feel like we're missing another journal entry. It wouldn't be in the room we were imprisoned in. We got the emerald from there, and I doubt they would have kept the gems in the same location, aside from opening the crypt down below. See, we didn't investigate this side.
Enter by Celta.
I suppose we'll go back up to the tower. Maybe we missed it up there. Dark. Very dark. I was looking at something up above him, but I see nothing that hints... Oh, hello. A little door. I completely missed this. Sorry, Alexander. This may be for the best. Our spell has ended.
Enter by Celta.
So I wonder if he's being powered by Uliath's forces as a type of guardian now. sorry, and Alexander. You must have to use a certain type of spell to counter him. Oh, I'm not allowed to summon here, apparently. It would seem that we're about to be upgraded as a priest to a paladin instead. So poor Alexander, he ended up serving as a trap for us and there was no happy ending for him, but hopefully his soul is now finding rest with the Lord. I'm no longer imprisoned in this room at the very least. We gained the ruby from his eye. Kept absolutely placed within it by these cultists to keep it protected. Uh-oh. Like you can go out there for some reason. Good brother. And the two-handed sword, which we'll use when it comes, if we're forced to.
Enter by Admiral Celadon.
We have quite a bit of magic on Brother Paul Luther, so I kind of want to keep all of our weapons enchanted with something different in case we fight something which requires it. That was Andrew's small quarters. You can probably safely assume that this is about to be moved when we place the last gem here. There's definitely other guardians waiting for us down here as well. That was a bit awkward. I can't swing the mace properly down there. I don't... Well, I guess we'll equip our two-handed sword then and give that a try. Interesting. We won't swing it vertically, only horizontally. Guess you watched me play Ultimate Underworld a little too much with maces. Okay, this is a bit... much of them. Many of them. That's probably the Paragon room. Uh-oh. I can let only one of them sing. It's good. It's going to detonate the whole room otherwise. We still don't know the name of the rune. So we still can't use it. Although I know that I think the only rune left we have yet to learn is indeed Paragon. Oh, and look what it is, everyone. It's the bust we've seen before. Interesting. I never really used spells before that weren't... once again, whenever I talk about an ancient game, I make it sound like I play this very often. But I don't remember casting things like Spell Shield often. It was just shields I would use, heals, and enchant items. I do like our damage shield. Can I not cast the enchanted item? Spell list, enchant item, cast this. Chaturga. Alright, not bad. Notice how easily the green horror defeated the blue one. Once again, Xel'Tath is much stronger against Ulyaoth. Oh, I already have that weapon equipped.
Enter by Admiral Xel'Tath.
I think there used to be a water font here. And this used to hold a part of one of those vases, if I recall correctly. An effigy of a monk reclining on a sacrificial altar. A deep groove bisects its chest. The monk's face looks almost exactly like the custodian. The inscription reads, "Only when thy friend is sacrificed, when his cries fill the air, will the great doors be open to thee." I have now seen that we do not, in fact, lose the shield when stared at. So I am correct. It affects life only.
Enter by Admiral Celoton.
Oh, okay, hold on. I can see at least 2 of these. I still think it's amazing that they disappear. No one will ever know these creatures existed until after a few seconds that they've been defeated. Which makes it look like we are indeed insane. Arcane documents and treatments of the demonic arts. Paul daren't touch them for fear of the taint of evil. Shame we can't burn this place down. As further proof of the heresy within this dark cathedral, a table bears arcane documents. Diagrams and sigils pertaining to demonic craft are scattered across the recently used table. The shelf appears to be recessed into the wall, not quite as flush as the others in the room, almost as if it could slide forward. This is where the one bishop... Oh, that was the wrong spell. I'm just going to... Can I get rid of you immediately? I forgot. I don't have a detect invisibility hotbarred at the moment. And this is where the bishop had slipped off to, and Alexander followed him. There's a small corner here that leads to a very small room. Tim, you still can't use that weapon here.
Enter by Admiral Celoton.
This must be the 3rd journal entry. Interesting that they have it up on a shrine like this. I can't think of why they would do that. A torn diary page has been placed on the shrine. This better be the proof we need. We're out of other places to check. With a shudder, my heart turned to ice. I came to the brutal realization that the entire order were heretics, and that I was in incredible jeopardy. Who knows how long they had kept their dark secret, masquerading as custodians of the hand of Jude, when in fact they guarded a damnable relic, the essence of the unholy Zeltath, and used it to lure potential victims to their hideous sacrifice. I felt sick. Despite my faith, I felt intense fear and hopelessness. I know that I must escape this place before they suspect my knowledge. I must warn the world and notify the real Inquisition of their presence. Knowing death is just around the corner and fearing every moment, I commit these words to paper. Augustine will find this book. I'll remove certain pages and hide them so that all who may follow might discover the truth before it's too late. Well, you failed to hide them adequately because they found them and put them in locations that they wanted sealed away. Good brother Andrew. Anything else in this room? I think we can use the two-handed sword on the statue here. But I don't know why I want to do that at this moment. Other than to enter this chamber. Oh, maybe, well, let's go speak with the custodian. I'm a little worried that when we put the blade into that statue, that the custodian might actually die. Probably behind that door lies the knowledge of what the Pargon rune is. You know, it occurs to me that we are indeed playing a cleric at the moment, aren't we? Enchant weapon, shield spell, ability to heal. Well, that's interesting. We can outlook over this now.
Enter Admiral Selton.
It had been the other direction earlier. But we must be doing well. The forces of Ulyaoth haven't put anything behind us yet. We must not yet realize that we have escaped and are slaughtering their defenders and guardians. This paper is hopefully going to be all the proof we need. Of course, Andrew might have been wrong. We know he's not. But there is technically no reason for the custodian to believe us, other than he already also shares similar sentiments to what's inside this paper. This is likely to confirm his suspicions, if not his bias. Not that there is much bias here, though, right? This is actually the truth.
Brother Andrew suspected Augustine all along. I managed to find remnants of his journal, and it all points to Augustine's involvement with a paganistic cult operating inside the cathedral.
Aye, the cathedral's dark secret has been uncovered. I too suspected this, but was too afraid to act. Augustine himself is a heretic.
He has covered his tracks well, claiming that the sacred relic, the Hand of Jude, was stored here. He had those who came to see it murdered. The Hand of Jude never existed.
And with that realization, the trap closes, brother. My days here are numbered. I awoke to find this cruel dagger placed upon my pillow this morn. It can only mean one thing. I know too much, and they are moving to silence me. I can only hope that what little faith I have left is enough to save my soul. Please, take this thing away from me. Its very sight troubles me to no end. May your faith protect thee, Brother Luther, for that's all you have.
Well, we know where this is going to be used. It turns out, I guess I'm wrong. It also would seem to me that we're playing right into their hands. So much for the reason nothing's been placed behind us is because they want us to succeed. With enough forces arrayed against us. Oh God. Take that candlestick. Guess we'll destroy it. Except for not these demonic creatures to live. I saw him looking at something. I just assumed it was more blood on the wall or something of that sort, not an actual zombie. But this means that we likely have others now here. Of course, my spell ends immediately. Or not immediately, right? This thing is active. This likely means that there's more things now waiting for us here. Before we go that way, what is this? How is this used? An ornate, long-bladed knife used to sacrifice humans. For Paul to even pick it up is repulsive, for the sense of evil it emits is intense and unnerving. The souls this blade has taken live on within its metal. I'm surprised there aren't other more monstrosities waiting for us in the giant chamber. At least a horror. We saw two of them fighting as well down below. That's interesting to me. It's almost as if the other ancients are fighting each other still, just off screen. We're not seeing those battles occur. You know, all right now occurs to me, it's as if Zeltoth is whispering when we strike things with this weapon once enchanted with her power. I wonder if the other deities make similar sounds. Uh-oh, I see you, Trapper.
Enter by Zelda.
Remember that the Trapper dimension actually is beneficial to us, as long as you don't spend too much time in it. But I always feel compelled to destroy the Trappers, rather than let them take me there. Yeah, that sounds quite a bit more bestial than Zeltat's whispering does sounds when we strike with that weapon. That shield is just so useful. Oh, wow, nice. It was not ready for me. Well, this is the place we're supposed to use the dagger. I seem to remember a scream happening when we use it here. Actually, we'll try this without... No, let's enchant the weapon first. Even if it is a... Even if we use Chiturga against, say, Ulyaoth, it still does do a little more damage than not being enchanted at all. Paul's progress forward is blocked by a corrosive spell. Obviously, someone wants to keep intruders at bay, and this lethal magic is just a way to do it. That's a spell, that's a damage shield, but we have no way around it, other than casting our own Dispel. But we didn't learn the Pargon yet, so we must have missed it. We can try casting a 3-rank spell. It is not strong enough. Yeah, we don't know what that is. Okay, so we missed something. I'm not sure where it could be. Let's assume we missed it back here. It's a codex I'm missing. It wasn't here. The only other place I can think of where it might have been is back up near the curator. On his body now is where it is, assuming his body is up there. A blasphemous shrine stands at the end of the room, dedicated to an unholy god. Paul can sense its evil and finds it difficult to approach. Oh, it was right here the whole time. Tucked into a niche within the wall, a stone tablet is found. By adding Pargon runes to a spell, it can be powered up. Alright, now we can finally begin casting 5 runed spells. Let's show you how that works back in this room. I mean, it's pretty easy. Well, not this room. I want a bigger room. They do consume more magic, and they do take more time to cast. But otherwise, to my recollection, they are better in every way than the 3-rank spells are. So let's cast spell, a enchant item on our... Oh, that was only 3. Okay, so let's try this again. So, spell list, enchant item, assign. Oh, do I actually have to cast each individual spell? So, new spell here, and I want Zeltath. Oh, I don't get to... I have to remember what the spells are. Interesting. So where's my Pargon? Pargon. And I want... Let's see. Oh, nope, that was the second Pargon. Okay, you can only have 2 Pargons present. So it's... Item? Exorb? No. What's enchant item? Can I check it? Antarok Magamore. Okay, so then we want new spell. 5 spell. Zeltath. Pargon. Antrobok. Pargon. Magamore. Then I can quick spell. Oh, nope. Then I can spell list, enchant item, assign the 5.1 with her symbol to there. Next. Oof, that took quite a bit. Let's go ahead and get us a 5-point shield spell as well. So, spell list, shield, which is Bantarok Santak. So I want to go ahead and new spell, 5 points. Ulioth's symbol. Pargon. Santak, Pargon. Airtech? No. Darn it! Of course I'm going to do this on screen. Let's try this again. Ulioth, Pargon, Santak, Pargon. It wasn't Airtech. Exorb? That's recover. That's not what I wanted. One more time. I'm sorry, everyone. What is this again? Bankarok. Okay, so let's see if I can actually do this. New spell. This Ulioth. Pargon. Santak. Pargon. And then, spell list, shield, assign, 5 points, Ulioth, there. Okay, and now we can cast it. And it gives us 2 more orbs that will circle us. We should now have the power that is also required to getting rid of this. So let's, new spell, 5 points, Zeltath, Pargon, Regdamore, Pargon.
Yes, Pargon.
And then, from our spell list, we can go to Dispel Magic and cast to drop the effect. Oh, but it did dispel our shield as well. Right, because it's an area of effect dispel. We're looking at something that's down there. Oh no. That must be the caretaker. Unless it's Andrew's corpse. That's the caretaker. Lying in a pool of his own blood is the custodian, Paul's only ally in his fight against the darkness. His soul no doubt lingers, fused to the altar on which his life has been taken. Watching over his own rapidly cooling corpse, feeling all hope escape him, Paul's situation is suddenly 1,000 times more desperate than before. Now he is alone. Alone against the darkness.
You are a clever man, Brother Luther. Wanting answers to clarify your new position as fugitive, you seek them out, and this is what you find. Tell me, what does a man such as yourself think of when he finds a viper's nest of heresy? When he finds the very source of corruption?
I think of irony. Irony of what you, masquerading as a member of the Inquisition, stand for. And that you stand for evil.
Evil is merely a perspective which no longer concerns me, Luther. You will be executed in the most painful manner imaginable. After we have broken your frail body and mind in the name of our true Lord, Ulyoth. Come, my children, feast on this morsel, and let us return to our preparations.
Die to one of these. Good. Holy crap. I forget all the time that the damage shield there, not the shield around us, but the one that creates the area of this. Darn it, I'm messing it up. The damage shield, not the actual shield that prevents you from taking damage, takes a few seconds to arm after it is cast, which can work in your favor if it imprisons the thing, as it did for that one bone thief.
Enter my heart and seldom part. Enter my heart and seldom part.
I don't think your weapons do more damage when they're enchanted with a 5-point spell, but I think they last a little longer. Man, this guy's just like the bishop. He doesn't seem to care whatsoever that he's being followed. Which makes me nervous. It's as if he knew we would defeat the Bone Thieves and then chase after him. fancy-looking door. This door is decorated more than most within the catacombs. Sensing an immense evil behind this door, Paul wonders if the ceremony the monk had mentioned earlier is taking place behind it. Let's do this.
This is the one that seeks to do combat with me.
Your task, my liege and greater guardian, is to guard this place. Do not worry about this worm. His kind yelps in terror at the sight of your mightiness. We will dispose of him ourselves.
Place, then I will do it as I see fit. Be gone. Leave me, and I will guard the artifact as you have instructed.